This is a reminder. Donald Trump incited an insurrection on January 6, 2021. And the reason why I'm reminding you is because he keeps trying to rewrite history. Why does Donald Trump keep talking about January 6th? Is he genuinely trying to rewrite history, or has he lost his mind completely? Or both? Is he determined to revise that history while he lives so the history books don't point to him when talking about insurrection against the United States? Or is he just owning the libs? The most dangerous part about this inquiry is that we really don't know. But what we do know is what happened on January 6th. Donald Trump and MAGA, with the help of several private entities and groups, coordinated and organized an attack on the Congress of the United States with the intention of stopping and altering the counting of the electoral votes for the 2020 election. At the time of this planned insurrection, Donald Trump was still the president of the United States. Donald Trump left office 2 weeks after that, and Joe Biden took office on January 20th, 2021. But just now, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that President Biden had deployed 274 FBI agents to infiltrate the January 6th event. That literally is not factually possible. But what is possible and what actually happened was this. After inciting an armed crowd that Donald knew was armed to break into the Capitol and stop Congress's work, Donald Trump didn't invoke the Insurrection Act that day, let the assault on the Capitol continue for over 3 hours, 3 hours and 7 minutes to be exact, and kept calling members of Congress to overturn the results of the election. 5 police officers and 1 MAGA insurrectionist lost their lives because of the insurrection. Over 140 police officers were severely injured. But Congress certified the votes 7 hours after Donald's insurrection. Donald failed that day. He had to leave office. His co-conspirators were held accountable by the rule of law, with 2 groups being convicted of seditious conspiracy, one of the most serious crimes against the United States. Donald Trump vowed to destroy the United States that very day, the day that he incited the insurrection against the United States. He did not let go of that vengeance and pushed himself back into power in 2024. He exploited the post-pandemic recovery effort and promised Americans that he'd lower the cost of living and end Russia's invasion of Ukraine on day one. He has kept neither of those central promises and does not intend to. But as soon as he got back into power, Donald Trump pardoned all those who were convicted of crimes connected to January 6th. This included those extremist group members who were convicted of seditious conspiracy. And then he went headfirst into destroying the United States and the rule of law from within. He has been targeting immigrants, people of color, mentally ill, homeless people, and anybody who adheres to anti-fascist beliefs. And now, one cannot be surprised if January 6th insurrectionists enlist in Donald Trump's DHS masked army to help him carry out his war against they, them, the evildoers, and anti-fascists. Now we cannot be surprised by their open racism, bigotry, xenophobia, and fascist ambitions. And honestly, I'll never understand how people voted him back into office, despite the work that President Biden did with the CHIPS Act and the Infrastructure Act and the Social Infrastructure Act and the gun legislation and bringing post-pandemic inflation down. Despite all of that, Donald Trump got elected and Donald Trump grabbed power. What we've experienced in the last 10 months will look quaint next year. Donald Trump, with the help of Republicans, and never discount the GOP's part in this war against our republic and the rule of law, Donald Trump will bring unimaginable suffering to millions of Americans. He will never lower the cost of living. He will never care that our climate is getting more extreme. He'll cut FEMA so that we are not able to fend for ourselves during climate disasters. He will never provide health care for those who need it most. But you can bet your bottom dollar that he will designate whoever he doesn't like to be a domestic terrorist. And he will label anybody who opposes him as a traitor. Because he has been enabled and emboldened by Republicans and the MAGA manosphere to believe that he can do anything and face no consequence for it. That is where we are now. And it all started with Donald Trump's open assault on our republic on January 6th. And whenever he started planning this insurrection and this takeover of our government, whether that be when he lost the election or whether that be before that. We cannot forget what Donald Trump did. Donald Trump assaulted our republic on January 6, 2021. That will never change. Remember that. And remind others every single time Donald Trump tries to rewrite history. Also, one last thing. Donald Trump needs to stop distracting from the Epstein files. This talk of January 6th falls squarely within a distraction bracket that Donald Trump has bracketed himself into, that I can use this to buffer myself and people will talk more about it. Don't give him that power. Epstein is not going away and will follow Donald Trump to his grave. The files will come out and other information too. So MAGA can enjoy your popularity and realize until you realize that Donald Trump is a pedophile according to information that comes out. And even then, MAGA may turn pro-pedophile because, stranger things have happened. With that said, keep reminding people of the truth. And I will talk to you soon.